Check, check. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome into a special A340 day. An A340 stream coming at you. I was trying to hold out, Chad. I was trying to hold out on doing this on buying this airplane, but you guys kept pestering me about it. It wouldn't leave the polls. So I said, you know what? I kind of like 4-engine Airbuses. Why not just give it a shot? So I picked it up last night. Going to put it through its paces today. Going to take a look at a couple things and show you guys what I see, what I like, what I think could be a little bit better, and yeah. But overall, I think you guys are going to like this stream because no matter what, whether you like the A340 or not, Tech coming at you today. And this one, we've flown some epic approaches into Tech. This Felis 747, we flew the 777, we flew the A330, we flew the A380, I believe, out of there. Did we take the A340 600 into there? I don't recall. But either way, Tech is always a fantastic flight. So I hope you guys are ready for this one. We're going to do a little green dot in cruise as well. Got a short green dot we're going to watch. Cathay Pacific green dot as well. So that'll be good. We'll have an hour and 47 minutes en route today on our way down to the now defunct Tech Airport. So anyway, Rubes, thanks for 26 months support. A340 Day was waiting for this before maybe buying. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. Thank you for the support. I hope I can shed some light onto those that are on the fence if they want to purchase it or not. This full disclosure, this is not a sponsored plug. I was not given the 340 to review or anything like that. I paid $64 or whatever the tax was on it. It's just like everybody else. So fully bought and paid for add-on from iniBuilds. Let's dive into it. Migs, thanks for the $2 super chat. This V1 music really got me going. Dude, Migs, that's my favorite countdown. The Asia Pacific theme is just epic. I absolutely love it. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Callie, Simmer in the house, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me turn my sim sounds on. There we go. It's a little bit quiet here, but I love the Asia Pacific is just epic. What do we got? Rubes dropping 5 gifted memberships. Rubes, thank you so much, man, for the support. I appreciate you. If you pick up a membership from Rubes, make sure you shout him out, say thank you. Very, very kind of you, sir. Migs, thanks for 38 months. He says, do you have any issues purchasing and installing it? I did not, but I waited a few days, right? I purchased it yesterday evening. Just hit buy now from the marketplace. I know that's really like, I totally understand people not wanting to buy airplanes that are directly from the marketplace. 110% get it. Yeah, it is what it is. I think iniBuilds said they're doing it for pirating, right? They don't want people to pirate their airplanes, so marketplace is more encoded. So, take it for what you will. But no issues, man, no issues. I just hit buy now, install right away. There's the livery packs, which are free on the marketplace as well. So you can just download the livery packs, or you can do it from the iniBuilds installer as either. So either one will work. All right, we got a lot to do, so let's go ahead and we'll kind of skip through the rest of the shout-outs there. Good to see everybody in the house. I see Zippy's poking his head around, too. Good to see you, Zappy. Callie Simmer, I'm headed to Cali on Sunday. Yes, indeed. Headed to Cali on Sunday for a full week. So, when's the last time you simmed into Tech? Since the last time we flew there, Mr. Martini. So this is a no practice. Look, anybody can turn a camera on and record 5 attempts into Tech and then post a video and make it look epic. But can you do it live on one attempt? I don't know. We might crash. That's what makes this exciting. So I have not flown into Tech since the last time we streamed into Tech. All I did, I loaded in the YS11 to see if it had the elevation issue. And there was, I think they fixed it. So if you remember in 2024, there was an elevation issue at Tech with the runway. There was like a ghost runway. That appears to be fixed now. So that should make this landing either better or worse. We shall see. But what I'm going to do here, let's go ahead and reset this. Before we go inside, let's walk around. Oh, and as far as the timing is considered, we're going to do some time acceleration. So because right now it's freaking midnight in China. So we're going to leave early morning, dawn departure. We'll get to cruise views. Then I'm going to zap the sim time forward, so we have a sunset arrival, so it kind of simulates like a full 12-hour flight or whatever, right? So we're gonna fly nothing but juice view as far as the time is concerned. But yeah, we've got early morning here on the default Z-Sped because I don't want to spend $30 for a 2020 scenery on 2024. But how about that view? I mean, the 340 is a beautiful airplane, I think. But if I had people ask me, modern day, what's your dream job? A340 600 domestic turns only, because you have 4 engines, it's still an Airbus, and you don't have to fly far if you did domestic turns only, which would never happen. There's no A340s in the U.S. anyway. But yeah, I think it's a cool airplane. I really enjoyed my time with the Tolis A340 600 when that came out on X-Plane. So this will be a little bit of that, remembering that. All right, pretty good landing gear. Everything looks pretty decent. Again, you can pull all the chocks and stuff. I just kind of want to walk over here to these engines because, like I said the other day, I was walking out on the ramp and we had to walk under the 330 because we were parked on the hard stand. And I tell you what, the walk around mode does pretty good for giving you a sense of size, because that's about right. And these engines are tiny, man. They are tiny. They are so tiny. So mid. You know, you need the A340 600. That would be really cool. But I still like them. You get your flower pedal reversers and everything. But, I mean, the modeling on this, it goes without saying. I think this is the best modeled, as far as the exterior is concerned. I think this is iniBuilds' best modeled and textured airplane they've released. I think it's actually better than the 350. And as the sun comes up, you'll see that. And you see all this dirt and grime here. I think this is on the 352. I have my dirt and grime turned up on the EFB a little bit. You can hear the engines clamoring away in there. But the texturing and modeling on the exterior is fantastic. And the performance, you know, I'm not even running auto FPS yet, because I kind of want to try to keep my LODs all the way up to max for this flight, since we're going to be over water, and then Kitech is pretty low perf hit. The performance is surprisingly good. It is also the best performing as far as FPS from iniBuilds. So it's definitely beats the 350. It's on par with I think the A300 is pretty good on performance on my system. It's pretty much on par with that. So, all right, let's go ahead and power up the airplane here. I'm going to get battery 1. All right, battery 2. We'll get some lights on here. APU bat as well. Sounds are coming up. Let me get the dome light on. And to be honest with you, I haven't actually seen the airplane. What's going on with my reversers over here? Do I have to recalibrate something? See that? Okay, that was weird. I haven't actually flown the cockpit at night yet, so we get to see it together. Kitech and the 340, talk about a dream. I know it, True Blue. I know it, man. Captain Sim, thanks for $2 super chat. You know what they say about tiny engines? I know. I don't know. What do they say, Captain Sim? What do they say about those tiny engines? You got to have 4 of them? Oh, my goodness. Itty bitty CFMs. Yeah, so I've run on the CRTs. I will say the CRT representation is pretty decent. The shape is good. Now, in daytime, real CRTs are almost impossible to see when the sunlight hits the screen. I don't know if that's simulated. I haven't flown the airplane in the middle of the day and have the sun hit the screens. But as far as just kind of to give you the feeling, they did a pretty good job with it. I actually really like it. It's a nice little change. Now, what's weird for my eyes is I don't think I've seen CRTs with EIS2 software. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. It's probably a 340 thing. In my eyes, when I think CRTs, I think of like the EIS1 where your flaps are in a different position. It just kind of looks all different. It's all the same information, but this is like EIS2 software with CRT screens. I'm not sure if that's a 340 thing, like I said, but the CRT rendition is pretty neat. Pilot Stories, thanks for the £2 there. Appreciate it. Or the €2, excuse me. Great work, man. What Kitech add-on? Default, baby. Default Kitech. So let's go ahead and get the overhead juiced up here. I don't know why I can't get any more overhead lights on. Let's see. Where is on the 340, the overhead juice light is where? Reading lights? No, I don't need those. I must be going blind. That's right. Okay, let's go up the overhead here. Let's go ahead and get ground control on. Let's get the captain purrs to captain. Let's go ahead and get the ADIRs into alignment. 1, 2, and 3. Fuel pumps can stay off. That looks good. We'll come down here. We'll get the nav light on. Nav and logos are connected. And, oh, it's connected to the dome light? Yeah, I don't know where it is. I thought there was a little scroll wheel there. All right. Coming up the overhead, blah, blah, blah. That all looks good. Fuel tank pumps are all off. Fire test, all of them at once. Pretty neat. Coming up the right-hand side, we got data on number 3. And I don't know if they do that in the 340, but they put the PA out and on there. Record that for the CVR. I'm not sure if they do that on the 340 or not. Very cool. All right, let's come back down here. Let's go ahead to the initialization. We'll clear out this, clear out that, init request. Status page, we'll clear that. I like the please wait messages and the flickering. Integral lights on the pedestal. Integral lights all the way up there. Oh, okay. I just thought I could get the overhead brighter. I guess not. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine by me. Taking a look here, we got IRS align in 6 minutes. Take a look at the engine page here. Looking at our oil quantities, that all looks good. Pressurization is in auto 70 feet. That looks fine. And hydraulics. We'll take a look at that when we come back, but you can see they are all in the green band. Excellent. All right, cool. Status and recall check. That's as associated. This McDo is in op. We're 2000 standby. Looking good. Okay, so let's go to our flight pan. Why does it say auto next to ground control? Why does it say auto next to ground control? So auto mode would be like not forcing it on. Right, so it'll power up. There's an auto logic with the CVR. When it first powers up, then it'll power off. I'm not, like, again, I don't know how it is on the 340, but at least on the Airbus I fly, it'll power up for a short time, then it'll power off. So that's why we turn it on, so we record everything on the ground, and then it'll run for a few minutes after shutdown. But if you manually turn it on, now you're recording. All right, flight planning payload. We're going to import all from SimBrief, and we're just going to do instant load because I've quit the drug that is GSX, and I love it. Don't miss it one bit. With that said, I might do another calibration here. Is everything normal? Everything seems normal. I don't think I need a... Okay. Okay, I guess it's fine. All right, but yeah, they have the calibration here. Basically, I've split my throttles. I got 1 and 2 on 1 and 3 and 4 on 2. All right, let's go to, before we do charts and all that stuff, we can pull out the, actually we'll pull out the OFP here, and then we can call for clearance. Now, what I was trying to do is I was trying to get CPDLC to work with Beyond ATC. So if I go third party, I got Beyond ATC set, but I haven't figured out how to connect, unless it's ATC COM. There it is. Hold on. AOC. Nope. ATC menu. Connection. What's the center? What's the center for China? What's the ATC center here? Let me tune the ATIS real quick. Advanced type rating question. When is it in auto mode? What turns it on in auto mode? Pressurization of the blue hydraulic. Try the ICAO of the departure. ZSPD. Yeah, login not yet supported. Oh. According to my Beyond ATC, it says login rejected, not yet supported. Beyond ATC, CPD is for IFR clearance at the moment. Okay. All right, so we're connected. Return. Let me try. Oh, it's next page. Hold on. Return. Departure request. A343. Is it A343? ATIS code alpha. I just want to see if we can get this from beyond ATC. You know, stand by. Request pre-departure clearance information alpha. All right, we'll just tune them. We'll request it manually. All right, let's request it manually. Stop wasting time. Pudong clearance. Good morning, Cathay 357 heavy clearance to Kitech, please. Oh, we need to turn our... There we go. Let's try that again. Pudong clearance, Cathay 357, request IFR clearance, Kitech.
Cathay 357 heavy, ready for IFR clearance to Kitech.
Oh, I wonder if my mic's not working.
Cathay 357 heavy, Pudong delivery, expect runway 35 right, Shushan 01 Delta departure, squawk 3022.
Zushin 01 Delta departure, squawk 3022, Cathay 357 heavy.
Oh, they're sending us the 35.
357 heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.875 when ready for push or start.
We'll contact ground 121.875 when ready for pushback or engine start. Cathay 357 heavy, thanks.
Cathay 357 heavy, you're welcome.
Alright, I had to turn my radio. I had my mic not supported. Alright, so we've got our departure. Let's go ahead and load the box up and we'll get out of here. I don't know how to turn that off now. Alright, we'll go back to the initialization page. There's us, Cathay 357. I want to request departure runway change. I want 16 right.
357 heavy, request departure, runway change.
Cathay 357 heavy, please contact clearance to request a runway change and receive a new clearance. Enable runway change.
Okay, so I guess we're going to 35 right. Alright, that's fine by me. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We're wasting time now. Migs dropping the 5 gifted subs, my man. Appreciate you. Very, very kind. Thank you, sir. If you pick up a membership from Migs, make sure you shout him out and say thank you. Very kind of you. Alright, we're on the Hishnin 01 Delta off 35 right. Insert. That's going to go all the way down through our route to VHHX. Now we're going to have to manually load Kitech when we get down there a little bit further. So we're just going to insert runway 13 for right now. That check. Secondary flight plan. Let's go ahead and initialize this. Let's go ZSPD to Kitech, VHHX, boom. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. Yeah, secondary flight plan. Boom, boom. Ah, no, I screwed it up. Gosh dang it, I already screwed up the secondary. Secondary, delete secondary. Reinitialize. ZSPD. Sorry, the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. ZSPD, ZSPD. That's not going to work. What's up, Scott? Try to start engine without bleed air? Uh-oh. Does that work? I don't think that would work. I know you start 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right, if we have to come back, we're just going to come right back to the ILS Yankee 35 left. Secondary perf. I think this does have failures. We should turn failures on. All right, I don't want to look it up, so I'm just going to put 200 in the rad out. We'll zero out the winds. Temperature off the ECAM 24, and QNH is 1016. I like the button sounds there. Looking good. All right, rad nav. Nothing to hard tune. Progress page. We'll put Pudong in here. ZSPD. ZSPD. Perf init B. We'll leave you as is. Our fueling is done. 50.6. We're going to be at maximum gross weight for landing. which is pretty awesome. So, because I made us take as much cargo as possible. So 0 fuel, 403.28. We're going to be pretty tight on the landing weight. All right, so our flight plan's in the box. Let's get hit this. I should have done that. Should have done that. Finish my overhead flow. All right, fueling is complete. We'll get our fuel tank pumps on. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll start the APU and we'll take a listen. Can you start both engines at the same time on the 320 family? No. You ask on clearance channel and they will give you the new runway, a Tipsy Penguin? Oh, really? I have to go back to clearance? Let me see where 35 right is on the chart, and if it's too long of a taxi, I'll switch it. I didn't want to taxi all over a default airport, you know? You start number 4, wait 10%, then start 3, and same for 1 and 2. See, I heard that, but I heard it was 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. Which way does Swiss Air do it? That's my dream job. The Swiss Air with Swiss chocolates. There was a video. Remember the Swiss Air A340 video over where they had the engine problem? Anybody ever watch that video? Ooh, that's loud. All right, so we're up and running. Now, I will say, let's take a look as the sun is coming up. Let's do some positive here. Like, this is, in my opinion, this might be one of the best wing views that we have in the sim. Like, the engine texturing and modeling is fantastic. This is behind the window. This is behind the window. Now, as the sun comes up, you'll be able to see it, but I think it is very nicely done, man. This is, the engines are just so nice. I'll cheat out here a little bit so you can kind of see. But, I mean, that is a beautiful texture and model there. Swiss is the same way. 1, 2, then 3, 4. Okay. I will do one. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3, 4 because I want to be like that Swiss pilot on YouTube on, what's that YouTube channel? Pilots Live or whatever, where they go and they film all the cockpit stuff. Yeah, Jeremy, that's the one. Yeah, he requested chocolate. They're setting up a diversion, and the captain's like, "Yeah, can I get a cup of chocolate, please?" Like, dude, what a flex, man. Pilot's Eye or Just Planes? One of the two. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was Just Planes, maybe. But yeah, what a flex, man. What an absolute flex. Okay, we got to climb via the SID and all that. So let's go ahead and pull out our charts, and we'll see where we're going. All right, chart page, airport references. They have 54 of them. Where's the 20-9? There it is. I'm going to pin that one. So they want us going 3-4 right or 3-5 right. Oh, my goodness. All the way across the airport? Let's not do that. Let's go back to clearance and request a departure runway change.
Cathay 357 Heavy, request departure runway change.
Cathay 357 Heavy, roger, say runway.
I wonder if they'll give us 16 right. Let's do 3-4 left.
Request runway 3 for left, Cathay 357 Heavy.
Cathay 357 Heavy, confirm departure runway change 34 left.
Yeah, Joe, planes exactly. The way he said, elect, clear elect.
Cathay 357 Heavy, roger, change to 34 left approved. New instructions to follow.
All right, 3-4 left. Let's change it in the box. This is good
Cathay
for...
357 Heavy, Pudong delivery, expect runway 34 left, Jushan 01 Delta departure. Squawk 3022.
All right, cool. Same as before. I'll let my FO answer all that.
01 Delta departure, squawk 3022, Cathay 357 Heavy.
Runway 34 left.
Cathay 357 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.625 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Be the Hushan 02
Contact
Delta.
ground 121.625 when ready for pushback or engine start, Cathay 357 Heavy. Thanks.
All right, that's in the box. Let's get our squawk code over here. It's going to be 3022. 3022 is set. Wonderful. It's been 3 minutes. APU bleed is coming on, and we're just about ready to go, guys. We're just about ready to go. Let me pull up the SID departures. Hushan something here. Nope. Other direction. That's the one we're doing. The Hushan 91 Delta. All right, so it's going to be climbing right turn. Let's go back to the top. Let's go flight directors on, plan mode. Yep, That looks good. Constraints are set. What's the climb via? We're going to maintain. Oh, my goodness. Flight level conversion. 256, which is 7,800 meters. Oh, my gosh. Let's go metric altitude. Can I do that? Yeah, metric altitude, and we're going to set... $7,800 meters. Blue. I freaking love it. Yes, AFO, these are CRTs, my man. And look, look, the CRT rendition is pretty good, I think. Like, they look brand new. They're super, like, crisp. But, I mean, they're pretty good. I like the change. All right, so that is set. 356 is set. Let's go ahead and get rid of the external power. We've got APU power on. Let's throw the beacon light on. Let's close up all the doors. Ground equipment. Let's go ahead and toggle arm all doors. I think everything's disconnected. Everything's disconnected. We're ready for push. Why do we have door 1 open? Cabin 1. Maybe I have to get rid of the jetway. Nope, let's bring it back. Jetway goes away. Close all doors. Why can't we close the door? MiG 605 Canadian, Vats to meet your heart out. New AI overlords are here. Jeez, thank you, Cat MiGs. Appreciate you. Why can't I close this door, chat? No, don't tell me a WASM door.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we can't close the door?
Please for the safety demonstration, even if you're a frequent flyer.
Are you kidding me? There we go. Door transit. There we go. Bugged. Alright. Armed doors. Doors are armed. Alright. We're ready. We're ready to rock and roll finally. We are ready. Alright, let's get our cams up. Alright, transponder is coming on. TARA. 4-star checklist. Windows, door slides, closed and armed. Beacons on. Thrust levers are idle. Park brake is on. 4-star checklist is complete. Fuel is double check. 256. I gotta reset my... Oh, our weights. We never put our weights in. That's why the speed window's closed. Perf speeds. Let's calculate these and then we'll get out of here. Perf takeoff. Sync FMS. Sync weather. Calculate.
Air Junior 1030, ready to taxi.
3944.50.
Air Junior 1030, runway 34 left taxi via Whiskey 5, Tango 3, Tango 1, Foxtrot Romeo 1.
We're going to be flaps 1 up, what is it, 5 point something?
Runway 34 left taxi via Whiskey
Up
5,
4.7.
Tango 1, Foxtrot Romeo 1, Air Junior 1030.
All right, flaps 1 up 4.7, that checks. All right, let's go. You can just perf the numbers from the EFB? Oh, I didn't know you could import them. I didn't know you could import them. All right. Thoughts so far? Delta Fan. So the performance is really good. The modeling and texturing is really good. I like the cockpit. The CRT is good. A lot of positives so far, man. Honestly, it's so far pretty positive. I'm going to turn the dome light off now. Don't need you anymore. Dome light off. And are we juiced all the way up? Let's turn that flood on. And here we go. Oh, I forgot to request push and start. Stand by.
Cathay 357 Heavy at gate 61, request pushback and engine start.
Cathay 357 Heavy, put on ground, pushback approved. Face south.
Pushback approved. Face south. Cathay 357 heavy.
All right. Now let's see the sounds. How's the performance? On it, how's the perf? And please tell me we're nice and heavy. We're as heavy as we can be for a short flight like this. We're not that heavy. We're going to be at max landing weight, though, when we do land in Kai-Tech. But we're not that heavy. We only have 50,000 pounds of fuel on board. The sounds, I feel like they do leave some to be desired. Let's go ahead and spool them up. Ignition mode to ignition start. We're going to do 1, 10%, and then 2. So here we go. %, and 2, and we'll crank them both. Sounds are all the way up. Cockpit around, push complete, set brakes. Brakes are set. Yeah, so I've never been on an A340-300. You tell me if that sounds good. I was hoping there'd be some more oomph to it now. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, I've never been on 3. I know it's quiet, and these are basically little hairdryer engines out there. Yeah. In-game volume is all the way max, dude. Why does our zero fuel weight disagree? We'll have to come back to that. But you can see here, let me go to configuration. What is it? Aircraft. What are the sound settings? Audio settings. They're all the way up. Let's go ahead and start 3 and 4. Then we got to figure out our gross weight problem here. Did you buy it off Marketplace? I did, Fernando. I don't like Marketplace airplanes, Fernando. I don't. I know you're asking on the vertical stream there. I don't like Marketplace add-ons. I did it because I actually really kind of wanted to see what the 340 was all about. I'm a sucker for Airbus stuff. But no issues with it. I know some people reported issues with the Marketplace purchase. I didn't have any. I was able to purchase it, download it, install it all within a few minutes. I think number 3 is on. And let's go ahead and turn 4. Prodigus says, I've been on a 300. They are quieter side, but not this quiet. Yes, it's pretty quiet. And here's the thing. Minus the A350, I think all of iniBuilds airplanes have been really quiet. The engine sounds have just been too quiet. On all of them. Whether it's the A300, A310, 350, I think, is better. All right. So, what is going on here with our gross weight? What did I screw up? $453.7, $453.8. What's going on here? Zero fuel weight, disagree.
Air 1030, contact Pudong Tower 118.575. Bye-bye.
Zero.
Contact Tower 118.575, Air Junior 1030. Have a good morning.
Did I not insta-load it? I thought I did. Let me redo it. Import all from SimBrief, insta-load. Maybe I didn't hit insta-load. There we go. That took care of it. 453.9, 453.9. Let's check our perf speeds. 39.44.50. That all checks out. Okay, cool. We're good. And let's just double check our speeds then. If our weights were off, let me sync FM. Yeah, it's going to be heavier. Let's recalculate those speeds there. Rusty C, man, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate you. 39.44.50. Flaps 1 up 4.9. So we just need to change that up 4.9. Rusty C, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, my man. Appreciate you. All right, speeds are good. Trim is set. All right, after start, that's coming there, that's coming there. Flaps 1. Now, this is, I think this is a bug. Listen to flaps 1. We'll hear the flap sound start, and then it goes away. And then I don't know, it's like a hiccup with it. Flight control check. See how smooth that moves? According to 330 driver, that is correct. He flies the 330, obviously. And he said that that's actually correct. So, we can do our flight control check here. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. We'll manually set our trim. So this version of the 330, it doesn't auto trim. Apparently there's a couple different versions of the 330. Go figure, Airbus. Up 4.9 is set. Auto brakes max. Takeoff config is checked. We'll go PWS auto. System 1 on. TARA. Hit that one more time there. Signs. Oh, I never hit the... There we go. After start checklist is complete. We're ready to taxi. John G, welcome back to Commercial Pilot, man. Glad to have you on board, dude. Oh, that got last time. All right, you ready? Let's go.
Cathay 357 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active.
Cathay 357 Heavy, runway 34 left taxi via Whiskey 6, Tango 1, Foxtrot, Romeo 1.
What?
All right, we'll taxi to runway 3 for left via Whiskey 6, Tango 1, Foxtrot, Romeo 1, Cathay 357 Heavy.
I'm sorry, what? Whiskey 6. Tango 1 Fox.
All aircraft be advised information. Foxtrot
Oh, I can
now
see
current
Fox.
2NH1016.
Tango 1. I'm assuming Whiskey 6. This Romeo 5. I guess Whiskey 6 is, well, that says Whiskey 6 there. Alright, we'll figure it out. We're basically going all the way down. Let's go. Taxi lights on. Here we go. I think it's interesting that they only have effects on the inboard engines. I don't know why that would be only on the inboards. Once the engines are running, it sounds pretty good. Alright, taxiing it around, I gotta give it to iniBuilds. It does feel like you're taxiing a monster of an airplane here. Alright, so in our taxi out, brake checks. Pressure 0, auto brakes max, takeoff is green. Flaps and trims are set. 256 on the altitude is set. We're cooking with gas. Lucas, my man, what's going on? Thanks for 5 AIs. The fact that the 340 is underpowered is the reason my favorite variant is the reason it is my favorite. 5 APUs for the win. Oh, you like being underpowered, huh? All right, man. Well, thank you, Lucas. Appreciate the 5 AI super chat, my man. Very kind. Thank you, sir. AJ Funari dropping the $10 super chat. Uh-oh, that's a big one for AJ. What did he say? I'll proofread it first. I can't believe you took $60 out of your family's mouth to buy this copy-paste junk. Big Ini getting their claws in deep. I'm sorry, Miss V1. Here's $10 back and ban V1 from Frou Frou Coffee for a week. Damn. AJ chose violence this morning. Chose violence this morning, AJ. Well, thanks for the $10 super chat. That'll pay for the Frou Frou coffee that I have. I got pumpkin spice latte ready to rock and roll, so. I like the cockpit. I like the CRTs. Now, I think realistically, let me turn down this, make the brightness a little bit more like, you gotta make it harder to read, you know, instead of so crisp. That's a little bit more normal there. A little bit harder to read. Got 8 likes instantly. If I have a complaint about Beyond ATC as the taxi instructions are enormously complex, that said, might be realistic, I wouldn't know. Yeah, sometimes they're a little off, but I'm basically just going to come down here, make a left, and join Fox. If you do want to see 340 content, do hit the like button for me. Appreciate that. You guys have been pretty light on the likes. So, smash that like button. We could be doing a King Air stream. We could be doing that. We could be doing a Duke stream. Could be doing a YS11. Maybe we'll do YS11 next. Now, one stream today. I gotta fix the. I gotta do some more work on the chicken coop before we leave for a week. Is it worth the price? Man, that's a load. It depends on me. It really does. Ask me after we land. Ask me after we land. $60 is steep. I gotta say that. I gotta say that. I heard Lufthansa's hiring 340 drivers. Well, that was the 340 I was walking under the other day. It was a Lufthansa A340. All right, Whiskey 6 is going to be down here. We'll make a left. I do think it's well, maybe it's just because I like this type of airplane better. I like it better than the 350 because the 350 for me is just, it's a lot of glass and there's a lot of like, I don't know, it's not quite, this is more my cup of tea with the CRT option and all that. The cockpit is good. The frames are really good. It's way better on perf. All right, Whiskey 6 is here. And then join Fox. Compared to Tolis, almost $100 price tag for the Airbus plane. 60 is not that bad. You have a good point. You have a good point. X-plane airplanes are extremely high price. I mean, it's crazy because X-plane has literally become P3D in terms of pricing. All right, which one's Fox? It's the second one here. Oh, my signs are... Taxiway signs don't really match the chart. Now, can we dump fuel in this thing? I see we got the fuel dumpers out there. Is fuel dump supported? Chat. Pudang ground, Cathay 357. We turned on the wrong taxiway there. We're making our way to Foxtrot. Sorry about that. Migs had me distracted. Thanks for the $5 super chat. What AJ meant to say is that he loves you, and we're welcoming of all, even if, even the hapless initiate's about to drop $60. Thank you, Migs, for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Well, we're slowly recouping the $60. But yeah, I mean, look, it's hard for me to judge an airplane that I'm not typed on because I don't know the intricacies, right? I don't know what are quirks. I don't know what are bugs or what is a feature set. So it's much easier for me to judge an airplane like a 320 series aircraft and really pick it apart. On the 340, I just kind of go along with, is that how it's supposed to be? Is that? I don't know. So it's really hard for me to say. I do think the vortice is weird. But it taxis on the ground like a monster. Put the engine page on EFIS. Put the engine page on EFIS. Like that. That's some good stuff to test. We could test those mode reversions. Thanks, Stark, for the $2 super chat. Nav arc plan engine. Oh, engine. Oh, what? Oh, is that supposed to bring the engine page up over here? In op. Oh, that's sad. Inop. It's the blurred line between simming for realism and simming for fun. The streams for funsies, unless we have a 340 driver in the chat. Appreciate you, Migs. Look at that 7.3 over there. When Barry Seal Logistics? I don't know, man. Performance better than the 350? Yes, 100%. This is the best. I will say this is the best performing iniBuilds aircraft in Microsoft 2024. It's better than any of the default Airbuses. It's better than their A350, and it's really well performing. So I don't know if that means anything under the hood, but as far as FPS, I'm not even running auto LOD right now. I'm taxiing on the ground, streaming, running all these cameras. And my LOD is probably close to 300, and it's just butter on the ground. So it is really well optimized. I think iniBuilds, whatever they did, whatever they learned coming from the 350, you could definitely tell that they made improvements. Does this give you hope for the Ini L1011? Believe it or not, Flight Live, it does. I know the 350 gets a lot of hate, but like I said yesterday, I've never had any issues with the A350. And you guys, I mean, it's not like I just make videos and upload them and say I have issues. I stream everything live, so if I have an issue, you'll see it happen. We haven't had a single issue with the 350. Now, I do know it's heavier on perf. The 350 is it's just not my personal preference. But seeing that iniBuilds has increased the performance, we've got a smooth running airplane here. It's rekindled my hope for the L10. I'm just glad that they confirmed it. I thought it was dead. I thought the L10 project was dead. But this does get me excited for an L10. Alright, FO's going to handle everything.
Contact Tower 118.575, Cathay 357 Heavy.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Cathay
It does, Billy, yes.
Heavy, ready for departure. Runway 3 for left.
Cathay 357 Heavy, Pudong Tower, runway 3 for left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 3 for left, cleared for takeoff. Cathay 357 Heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Flight Deck, we've been cleared for takeoff. Flight attendants, please be seated. Alright, chat, we're ready. Oh, yeah, the Learjet 45 from Just Flight? Yeah, super stoked for that too, man. Two sausages and a basset hound. Thanks for the 2 pounds. Test if high-speed aileron lockout system works. If you can just tell me what that is, I will try to test it, man. Thank you for the 2 pounds, 2 sausage dogs. Is that like... when we're above a certain speed, if I move the side stick, the ailerons shouldn't deflect or something like that? Is that what we're getting at? You can see the ailerons are drooped over there for takeoff. That seems correct. I mean, the performance is great. I mean, on the ground, I don't think I had a single stutter. So, kudos for sure in the performance and optimization. I think we're a little bit to the left of center line. Just a hair. All right, who's ready? Now, we're going to do a Toga takeoff, so performance is going to be pretty big because we're pretty light. But we shall see when we do the D-rate. So, should we do it from outside or inside? Let's spool them up 50. Yoga's in chat. Sounds are all the way up. It's probably going to be loud, so I'm not going to be able to hear much, but this is for you. Because one thing I like to do on my streams is I really want you to get a good idea of the sound. So I'm going to be quiet. My sim sounds are all the way up. 50%. Here we go. Yoga. Toga SRS. Auto thrust bleu. Knots. The rudder feels a little bit. I'm gonna have to make a curve on that.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. Thrust reduction.
Cathay 357 Heavy, contact Shanghai departure 126.3.
Contact Shanghai departure.
Why do I have marker beacon sounds?
Cathay 357 Heavy. Shanghai departure, Cathay 357 Heavy, 1,600 feet.
Cathay 357 Heavy, Shanghai departure. Good morning identified. Climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Cathay 357 Heavy.
All right, we're gonna let this flaps auto retract. And S speed, flap 0. All right, now he said 170. I'm assuming we're going back to regular feeds now. So all set 17. Bank angle check to the right. I love that leading edge, man. The leading edge is freaking awesome. Watch your ears, we're gonna go outside view. I love that wing flex. Pretty steep bank commanded there. I wonder if that's for airspace. Hand flying it, it feels pretty good. It's definitely sluggish. It's definitely, it's got the feeling that it's got that little input delay. It feels believable to me. It feels believable. It's really sluggish. How do I get back on the flight director here? All right, I'm going to turn my sim down, master volume down a little bit. Now, what I don't like is as we start to accelerate here, the wind noise gets really aggressive. We'll pick it up here. And there's a slider we can use to turn it off. But Osco-stick, I think that's a good way to put it. The sounds to me, they leave more to be desired. Like, they're good. They're not bad. But if you had a super high quality sound set, I think it would take the airplane to another level. It's just, not that it lacks soul, maybe just kind of empty feeling. I don't know. But again, this is coming from someone who's never been on a 330, so I don't know. But I feel like there should be more there. We're going through a standards set. right, I'm going to put the autopilot on. We'll straighten it out, and we'll take a look at our perf numbers. Supposedly, it's pretty much of a dog, right? 330 is a dog in climb. Cruise, all the above. All right, AP1 is engaged. I don't know why this. I'm going to move this camera back in here. All right, we're at 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and do this, this. Seatbelts should be on. That's an auto. Let's see, everything else is good on the overhead. Speed limit, that was me. Below 10, 792 to go. All right, we're gonna accelerate, and then we'll take a look at our climb perf. Sounds are missing details. Yes, Jeremy, yes. Yeah, the wind noise is terrible. Yeah, you'll hear the wind noise here in a minute, and I'll show you the sliders that we can adjust it. But the wind noise is really going to pick up. According to Mathis, wanting cinema from your sounds equals an amateur request. Well, I mean, in my opinion, because we fly airplanes on a freaking computer screen sitting at a desk, we don't get the additional immersiveness, right? Our seats don't move. We don't, unless you have a vibrator or like one of the a butt kicker, or you're on a motion platform. If you're just like me, if you're the average simmer and you're sitting at a desk playing a game, having additional sounds, although they may not be 100% realistic, but increasing the immersion level, I think, is a good thing. You know, look at the MD-80, for instance, right? So the MD-80 is really quiet up front. And the sound pack that I have now for the MD-80 has really made me enjoy flying that airplane more, because when it's super quiet, realism, I can't feel the acceleration or deceleration of the jet. I don't know what it's doing unless I'm staring at my engines, right? But with the sound pack, where it allows me to input or increase a little bit of volume to the cockpit, I can hear what the engines are doing, so that kind of substitutes being able to feel the acceleration or deceleration, and it adds a level of immersion for me, even though it may not be realistic as if you were sitting in a real airplane. So I think for that reason, having a little bit more to the sounds is a good thing, because it can make your experience more believable. Nick, thanks for a $5 super chat. I'm getting the classic INI 7.5 out of 10 vibe. Good, but could be top tier with a few improvements like Gatto. Yes, Migs, very well said. Very well said.
Climb to flight level 331, Cathay 357 heavy.
All right, 331. Interesting. Wait, 33. Wait, what? You want me to climb to flight level 33? Oh, is that for meters? All right, 331. The wing flex is great. I do agree, Turk. Well, Turk said something positive. All right, so as the sound, listen to the wind. It starts to pick up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, settings, and I'm going to turn. Well, I have the environment all the way down. Listen. Yeah, if you don't want that noise, that's your environment. Turn that down. I'm actually going to turn down the systems a little bit. I'm going to leave that up. I'm going to turn the environment almost off. Put it to like 8. But if you're flying and you hear that shh, it's this right here, your environment slider. I don't like it. Kudos to INI for giving us a slider, because without a slider, that would be pretty terrible. Good sound pack is really night and day experience when default. Yes, Zippy had a good point. It says the 737 was lifeless and just gave me no joy till Boris brought the audio pack. Same what happened with the 777. I agree. I don't know if I would say the 777 for me was lifeless. Actually, you know what? I think you're right, Zippy. I would say that. Yeah, it was. I love the PMDG 737, just the base NG. But when Boris dropped the sound pack, you're 100% right, man. The little detail, the nuanced detail in the sounds, like the fuel pumps when you increase the power, or I don't know if those are the fuel pumps, but that little like that little howl sound, all those little nuanced details brought new life to the 7.3. And I'm just bummed that it's not in 2024 yet, because I would love to fly the NG right now. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Sounds are huge. Sounds are so important when it comes to desktop sims, in my opinion. Megabyte Gaming, thanks for the £5. I appreciate your shirt. It says, V1, how do you feel we have too many Airbuses in the sim, as I feel we're getting left behind with other planes? Or do you feel we have too many Airbuses? I wouldn't say we have too many Airbuses, but I would love to see more other airplanes, Megabyte Gaming. I would love to see other airplanes. I really want iniBuilds to follow through with the L1011, which I think is confirmed. It's still happening. I was nervous that it wasn't going to happen, so we need the L10. I would love to see the NGs come over. I would love to see the MD-11 or a DC-10. But the problem is nobody wants to fly. Everyone wants to fly the new stuff, and we already have the new stuff. We have a 350, we have 220 coming, and we have an A320 series. And that's what everyone wants to fly. Everyone wants to fly pink magenta lines autopilot on. You know, no one wants to fly old school MD-80s, DC-9s, 7.5s. Well, I think everybody wants to fly the 7.5. Hopefully, that's still modern enough, right? But I wish we had L1011, DC-10, DC-9, 717, 707.
Turn right, heading 130.
PMDG, the PMDG 742 is my single-handedly most anticipated add-on of my life. As much as I want the L1011 to come out, I don't know when it's going to release. They've been very quiet. And I just don't know what to expect from iniBuilds since they've been doing so much modern stuff. Are they going to be able to nail an old school vibe? The L1011 is going to need good sounds, and it's going to be really hard to get good sounds for the L1011 because there's only one L1011 flying in right now. So the 7.4 from PMDG is my I'm looking more forward to that than the 7.5, to be honest with you. The 7.5 is number 2, but I think, because I know what PMDG can bring to the table. We all know what PMDG did. Every airplane, you got to give them credit. Every airplane that PMDG has released has always met or exceeded the same standard that they've previously set. So they don't like release an airplane then release something worse or more buggy or whatever. Whatever they release something, the next product that comes out is the floor is the last revision of the last airplane that came out. Kind of like how iniBuilds did with this airplane here. I think the 350 was a little rough when it first came out for a lot of people. It's gotten a little bit better. And then but the A300 I thought was decent, so it was almost like a step backwards when they released the 350. But this airplane is much better in terms of release, I think. It's much smoother, the performance is great. It flies well. So I know what PMDG can bring to the table, so with what they're cooking with the 7.4, I can hardly wait. There's a guy with an L1011 in his sound garden somewhere. You know what, Zippy? I watched that video. I watched that video, the YouTuber with the L1011. Yep. The 7.5 just entered beta? Yeah, that's right. I saw the update from Sherwin, right? Mid-26 release, allegedly. Now, I don't know. I wonder if it's my headphones going out. I feel like my left headphone is more loud than my right headphone with this airplane. Is it because I'm on the left side? I don't know. When will we see the 340 and Scar-Do? As soon as we get a proper livery. I need a dirty livery to take into Scar-Do. That'd be fun. We should try it. You know what? I don't know if we could get the 340 or Scar-Do. We've done a lot of approaches into Scar-Do with different airplanes. I don't know if we can get the 340 in there, man. That turn would be tough. It's a reported issue. The left side is louder than the right? For real? Oh my gosh, that's annoying. That is big annoying. It's because engine 1 and 2 are on the left side, 3 and 4 are control V. Jeez. Do you think PMDG standards equal Fenix standards? Well, I don't know. I have to wait for PMDG to release something new. You know, Fenix was the new. Fenix is alone at the top. As of right now, Fenix is alone at the top in terms of systems fidelity with their 320. The 320 from Fenix is the most intricately detailed simulation that we have available to us. There's nothing else that compares. The PMDG is very, very good, and maybe after I get typed on the 7.3, we'll revisit that statement, but as of right now, I think Fenix sits by itself at the top. Now, what is PMDG cooking up when they drop the 7.4? We'll have to see. I would love a DC-8. Oh, I would love a DC-8 too, man. The default 7.8 with the various mods ain't bad. You know, well, here's the thing. You can have fun with airplanes that aren't super detailed, right? You can have fun with a default airplane if you have good mods and stuff. Like, remember the 7.4 mods we had in 2020? I thought it was pretty good. I had fun flying that 7 for the Queen around. In 2020, it's just not the same because I can't get the sound pack. So the sound pack, the default sounds on the 7.4 are not good at all. I can't fly it. Then you throw in the fact, you know, if you have a force feedback yoke or a side stick, and you can really make the flight model change because the way your peripheral adapts to feedback, you know. ATR is really fun. The YS-11 we flew yesterday, man, I freaking love that airplane. Having so much fun with it. It's not study level. I wish it was. I wish there was I wish someone would do a mod for the engines, so the engines would be more unforgiving, or be less forgiving is what I'm trying to say. Aerodynamics making a DC-10, that's pretty much vaporware, man. I was in that Discord. I think I might even still be. I was there from the beginning. The pictures look great, but here's the problem with that. I think, you know, they got so caught up when they were releasing it for 2020, and then everything passed them by. New sim, new SDK, so it's almost like, I don't know. They released the small teasers. Yeah, I saw the small teasers, but it's, in my opinion, it's still vaporware. Let's go direct to Toga. Clear that disco out there. Actually, now I wanted to go the other way, cut the corner, but you're gonna have to give the A340 a start. I know, Oz Aircraft. I've actually been keeping track of the updates, and the Aerostar looks fantastic in its polished state now. They've really cleaned up. There was a lot of little things that I initially noticed on the first pre-release or alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it, which I knew it was still work in progress. Almost everything that I personally had issue with, they've fixed. So, and more, and then some, right? So I've been paying close attention. I do want to fly it. Like I said, I just haven't had time. I can't sit here and fly all day. I wish I could. Why do you turn the transponder TR before engine start? Thanks. Because it's just a VATSIM thing. You have to like turn. It's not real world procedure, but it's, yeah. When I used to fly on VATSIM, some airplanes, they wouldn't see your transponder on the ground unless it was TARA. Just Flight A300. Oh, those are also ones I'm super looking forward to. F100, F70, the Just Flight A300. The Just Flight A300 has the potential to be my favorite airplane in the sim until the 7.5 or maybe even the 7.4 release, because it's old school, round gauge. You know, Just Flight nails the sounds, they nail the art, they nail the flight model. So I just think they're probably full steam ahead on the F70s, F100s. So who knows when we'll see the A300 B4, if we ever do see it. But yeah, that one will be exciting. Just Flight's #1 for you. I mean, Just Flight is one of the top tier devs. I put them right in there with Fenix, PMDG. Fenix, PMDG, Just Flight. Those top 3 tier devs as far as systems, functionality, and under the hood stuff. Under the hood. We can all, you know, turn on the airplane and see, oh, does this work? Does this work? Oh, it doesn't, like, you know. So if that's in op, you know, what else is in op? Is fuel... Now, here, someone needs to... Some 340 person. So I thought you're supposed to have a jettisonable gross weight here for fuel jettison. On the A340 600, you select your jettison weight, and then you can jettison fuel via the jettison fuel pumps up here. So we might have to see that. We'll make the turn here at Toga. Joe Plains, you just bought the Just Flight Arrow? Oh, dude, I love the Arrow. You should have been using that practice IFR the whole time. Yeah, you should have. You haven't been practicing IR with that? Dude, the Just Flight Arrow is fantastic. Just Flight's #2 behind Fenix in my world. Yeah, they're great, dude. Control V McDo doesn't do that. Well, I don't know. See, that's where I can't say it's a bug or not correct, because I don't know, AJ. I'm not going to sit here and say that the McDo is copy-pasted from a 320, because I don't know if it's supposed to say jettison gross weight. I know on the 600 it does. That's how you select how much fuel you want to jettison. Classic Jet Sim Pilot, what's going on, man? He says A300 lead dev is real-world pilot. That accounts for the long dev time, what they told me at Expo. Oh, right on. MD-80 is #2 for me. Yeah, well, the MD-80 is great, dude. The MD-80 is a freaking awesome airplane to fly in the sim. If you want something different, you want a challenge, you don't get bored in planes like the MD-80, right? That's why I think they're so fun. I'm looking forward to the MD-11 post-art update, Megabyte Gaming. The first one that released in 2020, it felt soulless to me. I felt soulless in the cockpit. I felt soulless with the sounds. I wasn't happy. And it was like, what, another $70, $80 airplane? So, you know, you compare that, say the original TFDI MD-11 versus this. You know, the textures are better in this. The model is better in this. The sounds are better in this than the TFDI when it first released. You know, when TFDI released, I wasn't heated, but I was not happy with my spending the money I did. So far, I'm not upset at spending $60 on this airplane. I think if it had a really high quality sound pack, I think you could justify it. In my, like, scratch the surface opinion so far, 60 is pretty steep. But it's like, it's right there, you know. And I haven't put it through its paces. I don't know how much simulation you got. I'm gonna try to dump fuel here when we get to cruise. I can tell you that if you blow the bottles and shut the engine off with the fire push button and blow the bottles, you can just restart it. So, like, you know, I don't know how much to dig around. How do I test the high-speed aileron? Did you guys want me to test that? Speaking of testing stuff here, we're level at 331. Let me disconnect the autopilot. I don't know. Okay, and is that 330? Does it always chirp at you unless you press it twice? So, okay. Do turns. Oh, yeah. No, that shouldn't be moving that much. I can just tell you for right now, like, watch the aileron. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, I'm barely... I don't know. Someone look up a video of an A330 turning in flight. Now I'm curious. I want to test other airplanes. I want to test the Fenix.
Lunga 8809, turn right, heading 135.
Making everybody sick. What about the... let me go flight control page here.
135, climb to flight level 120, Lung Air 8809.
I feel like this should be closer together. Maybe not. I don't know. Is that what you want? Someone wanted me to test it. I think that was what you wanted me to test. So I don't know if that's right, wrong, or indifferent. It just looks a little fast. All right, I'm going to cut the corner. I'm going to go DST here. Well, actually, how long do we have? Because we got to do our green dot. 6:46. Yeah, we'll do our green dot here soon. AJ, thanks for the $3 super chat. Appreciate you, my man. It says, not view unapproved until you put it in a pool in Las Vegas. Ooh. That's true. The CRTs look great, Steven. I think so too. Prodigus says what's supposed to happen in the 330 and 340, they have split ailerons. The outer ones are supposed to lock at high speeds. Okay, so that would reduce the... Yeah, so you could see the split. I see what you're saying right here, yeah. So the outer aileron at high speed would lock, and then you would have this one. I see what you're saying. Okay. So they all move. So the high-speed lockout is not functional. All right. Well, maybe they can add that in an update. Uh-oh, Lucas with a 50. Hey, Ice, my man. Since I'm getting shot by everyone in the comments for criticizing one aspect of the Fenix, let me defend myself. Oh, jeez. Fenix is great in everything except engine system simulation? What? MD-80, 7.3, and 340 have better engine system simulation. What? Lucas. Thanks for the 50. Hey, Ice, man. What are you talking about, dude? The cooling and the thermal properties and the ITT simulation and EGT simulation of the Fenix is the only airplane in the sim that simulates it correctly. Like, if you watch... Now, I should have tested it on the ground. Like... didn't I post it? I tracked EGT cooldown times, and for I don't know, maybe a dozen flights, and I had a whole bunch of data, and from real world airplanes, and I was tracking the fuel flows on different phases of flight, from ground, takeoff, cruise, different altitudes. I was tracking the EGT at shutdown and how long it would take to cool. I was testing the engine startup times, the motoring times, the EGT fluctuation during the motoring, and it was all within like a second or half seconds of all the real world data. Because all the real world data is, you know, it varies a little bit, but you can see trends. And the Fenix was right on. I think that, I don't know, you might be trolling, but thank you, Lucas, for the 50 Hey Ice. I'll have what you're having. I don't know, what aspect are you criticizing of the Fenix? He's talking about engine wear. Oh, engine wear. Yeah, I don't think Fenix simulates engine wear, which would be cool. Does anybody simulate engine wear over time? I know that's why Black Square Dukes are goated, man. Like, the Dukes, the Starship. So yesterday I was going to stream the Duke. My Duke number 2 engine is now currently at 40% because I had an oopsie again. I was trying to land on TNCS, which is a really short runway, and yeah, I toasted it, and it saved the damage and everything. It's great. So Dukes do it. Tolis, does Tolis do it? It's been so long. You might be right, Brickteller, because I think you're right. Because remember, there was this slider where you could adjust the wear and it would be less efficient. iniBuilds has the refill oil. Oh, yeah. That's on the A300, right? Is there any maintenance on this? Oh, here we go. Yeah, look. Why is engine 3 at 98%? Oh, okay. I was going to say, what's going on there? Okay, yeah, I mean, that's cool. APU cal. How much does it service hydraulic, service engines? I don't want to click anything. Where is failures? GPS jamming, real world, bird strike. Oh, this is cool. Look, let's fail something. Let's fail engine pump 3. I would imagine we get a ding. All right, fuel pump 3, low pressure. All right, fuel page. Low delivery pressure. Pump 3 off. Pump 3 off. Clear ECAM or clear fuel. Clear status.
125.45.
Contact engine control 125.45.
All right, so we got a fuel pump out.
870. Have a good morning.
I wonder if that's going to mess with our... What does our fuel look like? Hold on. 2240. We might have to... So that's... Oh, man, I don't know the layout of this. Let's see if it adjusts the burn rate at all. All right, well, we'll leave it. Seatbelt sign's coming off. You're now free to move about the cabin. We got to do our... we may not have time now. We were going to do green dot? If you ever buy a King Air, you can't start it. No, it wasn't during start, Vodka. It was during landing. During landing. Black Square, PMDG, iniBuilds, Tolos, Leonardo all have state saving. Does Leonardo have state saving? I've never messed with, actually, with their maintenance or anything like that. I wonder, is the hydraulic fluid in blue, green, and yellow, or is it all the same color? I think it's all the same color, Steven. No, you know what? It might be dyed. That's a great question. They're different colors, they have different flavors. Is it true that CFM engines on the 340 are the same as the 320? I don't know. Is it true? What engines are on this? Let's see. Let's see the CFM 56.
Turn right, heading 140. Climb to flight level
CFM 56 5C4.
Turn right,
So,
heading 140. Climb to flight level 220. China Post 9185.
What's China Post? I mean, CRT looks pretty good, though. Let's see. So, if it's on full bright, it looks a little bit too good, in my opinion. But if you knock your brightness down to just below half, that's kind of like a proper... That's what my eyes would see. Now, it would be really cool if we could get some sunlight to come in here, because if you get a sun ray to hit this, you won't see anything in a real airplane with CRTs. It just goes blank. It's the weirdest thing. But the CRT, I like it, man. It's different, you know. And look at that. They did a good job. They got the round bulbousness of the cockpit. The model's good. Let's go do a little cabin tour. Take a look at the cabin. Thinking about getting some snuds. Don't want to miss the approach. You got time, Dexel. You got time, buddy. China Post is USPS for China. All right. Sam, what's going on, man? Sam, what day are you coming to Dallas? It's got to be soon, right? Leonardo maintenance is my absolute favorite. It's insane. I have it give me a failure every 2 hours. All right, I'm gonna have to look into the Leonardo failures then, because I've never messed with it. I always saw it in the option there, and like you have to do the, you know, service the airplane or whatever. Man, those clouds look good down there. I missed a takeoff due to meetings, but I'm not about to miss an approach into Kitech. I know. Now, I don't remember. I thought I was able to program the IGS 1.3, but I don't have it in the box. Is it because I have Navgraph enabled instead of Sim database? I would wager to say that that's real world, AJ. No, that's not. This is real world right here. Look at that. That's real life. The MD does state save, but from my experience, it's more weekly maintenance checks. Okay. What about the FS Labs Neo? Ivan, when I messed with it when it first came out, I was not impressed. There was a lot of things that it was leaving to be desired. It wasn't doing a lot of Airbus things. Oh, I forgot to get my flight tracker going here. Get the cruise page up here for you guys. Do pilots take breaks during cruise flight? Yes, Buck. Yes, they do. Yeah, especially on long-haul flights. Yes, indeed. Get up, walk around. Now, on this flight, you wouldn't have a relief crew, but on a super long haul, you would have a relief crew, and you'd take either first rest or whatever, second rest. You bid for it, seniority-based. But no, the FS Labs, when it released, it was doing a lot of things that I was not impressed with, and I think it just was growing pains. I think they've probably fixed a lot of it, and I will go back and visit it. We love to do comparisons on this channel. Everyone loves to get their pitchforks out. So when Fenix 321 Neo drops, we will do a head-to-head comparison between the 321 Neo Fenix and of FS Labs. So that will come in due time. But when I first messed with it, I just no, it wasn't for me. Thrust set, what's going on, my man? You really enjoyed the YS-11? Me too, man. I had so much fun yesterday in the YS-11. Only thing I ever care about for FS Labs is their supposed Concorde. Yeah. That would be interesting, getting a Concorde from them. That would be... I would rather them spend time on that instead of messing around with Airbus stuff. You would buy the yeah, I mean, I would buy the Concorde from FS Labs, but yeah. I mean, the FS Labs, they know how to make a good product. I'm not knocking them. I mean, they made the original FS Labs and FSX and P3D was the best of the time. Nothing came close to it. Nothing. Not until we got the Fenix. How is the 340 system fidelity-wise? Let's try to dump fuel. I'm curious. Can we dump fuel? So I thought I want to see if we can see any fuel dump going on. Now in the 600 you come to the fuel predict page and there should be
China Southern for 91 Heavy. Contact Shanghai approach
a jettison weight. Right?
Contact Shanghai approach 120.3. China Southern for 91 Heavy.
So if it's not in the McDo, how would one jettison? Arm it? Jettison arm? What's our fuel? We don't have a lot to dump. We only have like 11 minutes extra gas as is. And then activate it? $35,820. I don't see any ECAMs. I don't see any jettison. Those are just cons. Alright, well, I'm going to turn it off just in case it is working. But yeah, that's kind of mid. What are some other system things we could test here? What about pack flows? Yeah, I didn't see it, Racer. You would have seen it coming out right here. Let's check pack flows. Let's go pressurization. Or, no, let's go condition, rather. Alright, so right now, looks like we're in the middle. So let's go pack flow high. JT says it does work, but there is no model for the outside of the plane. Okay. So it would just dump. I'm surprised. I feel like there should be ECAMs though, and golly, I want to say the box would be different here because I think you should select how much you want to jettison, unless that's an option, right? Maybe that's an option on a different software. But what I'm accustomed to is you have fuel on board, and right here where it says FF plus FQ, it'll actually be the jettison GW. So you select what you want to jettison down to. That way you don't jettison fuel past what you want to do. Because once you dump fuel, you can't get it back, right? So it's very important that you don't just dump the fuel that you need. So it will auto shut off. So maybe that just doesn't exist in this version, and maybe it does dump fuel when you just press those switches. But I gotta believe there would be some sort of ECAM with there too. So I believe there'd have to be some sort of ECAM with that. But let's try pack flow. Let's just mess around. Like I said, I'm not typed on this airplane. I'm just messing around. I'm looking for stuff. So let's go high flow. I would think, well, that's cold hot. Where would we see high flow on this thing? Bleed pressurization page? No, bleed page. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Pack flow control valves. So this should be going to high. It doesn't appear to be going high flow. Let's try low flow. So we got a pack flow low ECAM here. I'm not sure if that maybe that's legit. So then this should be indicating low. All right. So okay, see, look how the sun's hitting the screens. So real world right now you would just see a black screen here. Real world you would just see a black screen here, or it would be like super faded. It'd be like that when the sun hitting it, that's what it would look like. It is a CRT. But I would imagine that's pretty difficult to model. Yeah, there's no CRT washout with the sun, which would be really cool to be able to model if somebody could do that. Now, I think Fenix they're dabbling at the door with the way that the sun goes off of the glare shield and the numbers up here and everything. So they're dabbling towards it, but they also don't have a CRT. Let's see. Lucas, thanks for 10. Hey, Iceman, appreciate you. Good. Go to the engine page. The engines have different oil temperatures, vibrations, and fuel consumption deviations are all overhauled at different times. Engine page. I love seeing that, right? Yeah, very good. These are all pretty much the same. 96. Yeah, very believable. Very believable. That's good. I don't like seeing copy-paste engine parameter values. That's one of my pet peeves. When they're all identical. Now, getting them really close to each other, that's normal. Sometimes they're identical. When you have 4 engines, it's not going to be all the same all the time, but you may have some the same, like, 87.2. That's believable. But yeah, that's cool. The Fenix does that too, Lucas. But yeah, there are some airplanes where this is what drove me away, and I never purchased the Fokker the prop. I can't think of it. The one that I really wanted to get, but I just didn't do it. You watch them start engines. Every single engine is the exact same number. It's just a copy-paste 1, 2, 3, 4. But, yeah, seeing a little variation here is good. But also, just to point to you, Lucas, the real-world sims that we train on, they're all identical. They don't even simulate variation between engine, unless you're simulating a failure of a certain engine. But yeah, if you just look at the engines, they're identical. Just copy paste in the real world sims we train on. So having this type of variation is cool. Look at that. That looks great. That looks really good though, that CRT there. That looks really good. Thanks again, Lucas. Appreciate you. All right, so back to this thing. So I can't get the pack flow control valve to move on the bleed page. Yeah, we're still in normal flow. All right, so let's go back normal. Can we control temps? Surely we can control temps. Let's freeze everybody out. Oh, see, now it's going to low. Is that different on the 330? Yeah, we're freezing everybody out now. That's interesting. So I should be able to go high flow. Okay, now it's moving. See, look, now it's moving. Okay, so it is moving. Maybe I can't, maybe you can't get it to high? I don't know. All right, we're freezing everybody out, so that works. That's good. Let's put these back to normal. Normal. I wish I knew 340 systems so we could mess with some stuff. Can we shed the galley electrical? Electrical DC, electrical AC. I don't see where the galley shed would be. What if we shut off the commercial bus? No associated ECAMs. Okay. Alright, we'll turn those back on. What about generator reversion? Let's say we lost Gen 3 and Gen 4. Ding! Rutrow. Electric Gen 3, Gen 4 off. Can we, is there an APU starter limitation? Let's clear that. Let's start the APU. Let's see if the APU can pick up the load. Douglas says commercial off on electric AC. Is that what it said? Did I miss it? Let's see. I'm gonna see if we can do a little electrical shedding here. Let's go ahead and galley and commercial bus is off. Electrical AC. Emergen static inverter. Commercial off. There it is.
678 Heavy, we're getting a low speed warning from your flight data.
Uh-oh.
Are you experiencing any issues?
Korean Air is having a low speed warning.
Korean Air 678 Heavy. No issues, just adjusting speed to maintain separation.
Korean Air 678 Heavy, understood. Thanks for the update.
But I need my box of chocolates here. Alright, let's get the APU up. And electrical, what is that? Is it DC APU? Let's see, this should pick up the load. We'll see. Yeah. Okay, so now APU Gen has picked up the load over here. They spelled commercial wrong. C-O-M-M-E-R. Comerical. Comerical. They did say it. Wow, good catch. Oh, that's a beautiful shot right there. Alright. Comerical. Alright, so the APU's picked up the load. That's good. That would increase our fuel burn all the way to our destination, so we'll fix that. Let's go ahead and revert these back on. And then the APU, yep, isolated, cool. Now, I don't know if you get the bus transfer sounds like you would on the 320. You know when you hear the when different loads get picked up and dropped? I feel like you would hear that. Just a little bit of, you know, nuance, add some immersion. I missed the MD-11 discount? There was an MD-11 discount, what? With the TFT MD-11, how do you feel about it? Do you think they could add more cost? It's quite steep, the new updates coming. We'll see, Apnic. When they have something to show me, I'll look at it. But I don't know. I was not happy with my purchase the first time. I'll tell you that much. Is the CPDLC bugged? Yeah, I don't know how to close the CPDLC page off here. I don't know how to... This should say close down here. Oh, wait a second. Never mind. Never mind. That wasn't bugged. That was on me. Alright, it's not bugged. I just never sent that. Cool. Alright. APU spooling back down. We'll get these back on. I want to make sure our fuel is okay. We'll have a pump out. Still burning the same. Standby pump, 92, 893. Everything looks fine. All right, cool. Let's give my fuel tank pump back. How is perf compared to Mickey G? It's way better, dude. Perf is great on this airplane. It is great. I'm trying to remember, what was the fault on the that Swiss video? Was it a TR fault? No, there had to be something else because they turned around diverted. Alright, let's take a look at the cabin. give ourselves a little cabin tour. Thoughts on the 340 so far? Phoenix Galaxy, I like it, man. I'm inclined to say it should be like $30 to $40. That's kind of where I'm at. $60 to me seems like quite a lot. But again, it appears to be a fully functioning 340 with really good perf. So, I don't know. We can flush our hands. Or flush our hands. We can flush the toilet. That's good. We got a flushable toilet. That checks. Timu called. They want their 340 back. Jesus, Turk. Turk is such an iniBuilds hater. He is such a hater. Can the 319 land in Aspen? Yeah. If you're on fumes, you may not be able to get out. Then you should be able to land there. We flushed our hands, Nabil. We flushed our hands. Alright, there's our... Everything looks good there. Welcome to first class. We might have to do our... This is where we might do our video from. We're about halfway there. We may not have time to do our video. Should have done our video a long time ago. Taiwan is off the left-hand side. I'm just trying to keep an eye on where we're going. Seat 2A. Whatever happened to that guy? Seat 2A. I mean, I gotta imagine this is probably a really nice airplane to do long-haul flying on. Menzine says it's good, not exceptional, but it does the trick and gives enjoyment, just like the Wilco jets back in the day. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It is good. It is good. I'm mostly positive about it just because of how good the performance is. If it had the same performance that the 350 had, I would be disappointed, because the 350, while it's nice, and I have a beast of a PC, I prefer to run it without a cabin, and I have to do things to like achieve the frames that I want to achieve. But this airplane, as far as frames are concerned, are really good. I mean, it's super well optimized. So, nice cabin we can mess around with. We got a little bit of a wall here. We're stuck. Okay. Come around this way. I flew in a Lufthansa 340 once. The downstairs bathroom is goated. Wait, there's a downstairs in a 340? I didn't know there was a downstairs. Where's the down? Is there crew rest modeled in this? Is there a crew rest modeled anywhere? Nice big second galley here. The arming pins work. Door status panel. Locked. We are armed. Right? Yep, the lever's over here. It is armed. Oh, Giles, yeah, the L10. This, I am super excited for the L10 now. Super excited for the L10. Oh, we're making a turn. This has got me excited for the L10. Oh, that was on a Dash 600? Yes, this cabin is much better than the default 330 cabin. Absolutely. I do like this cabin. Is really nicely done here. And this is what I look for in a cabin, you know, like good enough to where it looks clean and it doesn't look like X-Plane paper mache cardboard, but still good perf. Like my window views, this, you guys know I care about my window views, right? This is kind of weird there, a little distortion right around the line there, but good windows, good window views. Stripper has nice pillows, says AJ. Yeah, we got nice pillows down there. Where do I refill the WASM? Knock on wood. Has there been WASM problems with this airplane? I don't want to jinx myself, but I have not encountered any WASM issues. But has there been issues? The downstairs bathroom on the 340 is at the back of the cabin. All right, we'll go all the way to the back. We'll take a look at it. Control V pillows. Well, I'm sure they are. I'm sure it's Control V seats too. Actually, they're not Control V. Look, that one has a dimple. That one doesn't. That one does. That one. Hey, at least they have alternating Control Vs. See? Alternating Control Vs. What do you want them to do? Have a different looking pillow for every seat? Could you imagine the performance impact that would have on this thing? No way. I'd rather have one pillow variation. Hell, I could live with no pillows. Give me an extra 5 frames. So you can't lift the lid up. That's alright. AJ sits down to pee anyway. There we go. We'll flush it for him. Oh, this one's not flushing. Yep, AJ clogged that one. This one is in op. In op. How are the sounds? A 6.5 out of 10 for me. 6.5 out of 10 on the sounds for me. And that's, honestly, I think that is my biggest negative, if you could say. Like, my biggest criticism, I think, is the sounds. And I'd have to look at some more videos of A340s and what they actually sound like, but it's missing life. You know, it's missing the life sounds. Looks much, much better than the 350 with WASM crashes, yeah. Jesse. I don't know if he caught it. Fernando, the shades don't work, man. They don't work, sorry, but I just saw you over there. And Naomi Spotting, thanks for the membership gift. Mr. Pontus Orn received it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Look at that beautiful view, huh? Let's see, where are we at here? I'm going to check the flight tracker. We are making a turn over Fuking. We just passed Fuzhou, and Pingtan County is off the left. So I guess is that Taiwan or clouds out there? That's a beautiful, beautiful shot. Would you prefer the 350? No, I prefer this over the 350. I prefer this over the 350, without a doubt. Super Cal says, I think I'll stick with the YS11 until the A300 B4 L10 or 742 arrives. Need something more classic. Yeah. I hear you, man. Not everybody's cup of tea. What I do want... man, the clouds down there just look so good. Let me turn the sounds down. Let's just rock with the outside view for a minute. Should I get some Asian Pacific themed music? What about Chinese jazz? Can we listen to Chinese jazz? I mean, that's pretty dang cool. Mix, thanks for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. It's a 24 gigabyte GPU. I would say if you can swing 24 gig GPU, you need to do it, Migs. Thanks for the $5 super chat. What people are saying, Sim Update 4 has got a lot better performance for them. But look, man, I think 24 gig is just going to be the future. If you can get a 24 gig GPU, I know the NVIDIA 5080, like the high hardcore version, is going to have 24 gigs. So, gotta have, I think 24 gigs is a good way to kind of future-proof you for the rest of 2024. I'm not saying it's a must-have, because I need it for streaming. I really need it for streaming and running cameras and OBS. I do everything off one PC, man. So I'm dual streaming, dual uploading, cameras, all that stuff. I need it. You could probably swing it on 16, 18, or 12, 16. But if you can go for 24, do it. When the 742 arrives, Kitech, oh, yes, without a doubt. Super Cal. When PMDG drops, first flight, I'm going to say it now, first flight, no practice, we're going to go from Honolulu to Kitech. Long haul, no practice, first flight. All right, that's a little much. Let's go. What's the next one? There we go. It's relaxing. Pan Am, obvi diabetic lad. I would do SFO, but that would be too long of a flight, I think. What's the last time you actually tried the 350? It's been really reliable. Sholey, I never had issues with it. That's why I say, you know, when I talk about the 350, everybody goes up in arms because there were a lot of people with issues. I was not one of them. The 350 ran fine for me. Now, it was heavier on performance, no doubt. But in terms of what I prefer, I like 4 engines. I think 2 engines are so mid. I want more than 2 engines. So for me, it's 340 over 350 just on that alone. But in terms of performance, this is also better than the 350. I would say it's iniBuilds' best performing airplane. And I was pleasantly surprised with that. No practice, bet. No takebacks. Done. Adam Chino, are you running auto FPS? A 777-200. 777 is 2 feet wider than A340. Wow. Quad jet, best jet. Agree, Mickey G. Do I like flying the 320 more than 321? No. I like 19, 21, and 20. 20 is the most mid. With the seat configuration of 242, the fuselage narrower than, say, a 777, or the different configurations you can select? I actually don't know. You're talking about real world? I don't know. It's crazy to think that the 777 is 2 feet wider. Why does a 5090 have to be a gajillion bucks? Yeah. Ingridia. Greedia. Canadian, what's going on, man? Did I see your new acquisition? Oh, no. Uh-oh, I did not. What did you acquire? I'm still waiting for a good classic prop liner. DC-6 Connie, Strato Cruiser. I would love a Electra. Strato Cruiser would be cool. Connie would be cool. Lungo, if you want to just dabble in a classic prop, it's not, you know, super high fidelity, but check out our stream yesterday, the YS11, NAMC YS11. It's fun, and the sounds are pretty decent. The flying is very unique to that airplane. I feel like I'm flying a straight wing old school turboprop. The drag is pretty hefty there. You go flaps full, gear down, you got to have the props spooled. It's easy to learn, but it's difficult to master. So that's why I like it. That's a good classic prop liner. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I would love an Electra. It's Prime Day, isn't it, Aviator? Andre, we didn't do Green Dot. I think we just got too carried away, and we don't have time now. We're not that far out. We'll probably just hang tight until we get there. But what I want to do is... Yeah, we're only 300 miles out. All right, nobody look, because what we're going to do is we're going to reset the time. So we have, let's see, 23:46 touchdown. Time now is 23, so 45 minutes. Okay, so we got to adjust the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live time. Live.
Cathay 357 Heavy, you are assigned flight level 331. I show you at flight level 345. Descend to flight level 331.
Right,
Roger.
live.
Descend to flight level 331, Cathay 357 Heavy.
We want to land at 11, so... Let's wind it back. 9:46. All right. So we're simulated flying across the ocean for 12 hours. And now we're going to be flying into the sunset for our approach. Something made for snow? Oh no, what did you get, a snowmobile? I don't have auto FPS? Yeah, you need that. You need that, Adam Chino. Yeah, serious lack of Douglas. Agreed, Dale. YS11 or MD80 stream later? Unfortunately, I don't think either because I only have 2 more days. I got to, before we take the family on vacation, we're going to be gone for a week. So I got to do some stuff around the house. I got to secure the chicken coop, a couple other things. Shame I can't stay for the landing. I have to do a test now. Oh man, hope to see some more 340 action. We'll take it easy, bud. San Jose. Then I'm going to go to Santa Cruz. We're just to spend my summers out there. Grandparents got property. If we ever pick up Barry again from northern Mexico, it probably goes by Bernardo now. It's been there a while. We take him straight onto the Tour de China for the music alone. Oh my goodness, Migs. Thanks for the 10 Canadian. Yes, indeed. Barry, we're going to break Barry out, man. We're going to break him out. It's just been a while. What are your thoughts on the 777X from Boeing? Take it or leave it. You know, anything with 2 engines is just mid to my opinion. But should be a cool airplane. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'd rather see. I keep seeing these articles where they said they have an airplane to replace the 737 on a new airframe. Have you guys seen those articles? I'm more interested in that. Did you ever fly into Armenia? Oh yeah, V-Pilot. Many times. Many times. I actually went to, that's Armenia, right? Scar? I think that was, I did that on my international qual for my upgrade. I flew down there as well. But yeah, I've been down there. I used to bid a lot of the South America flying because a lot of guys didn't want to do it. So the trips would end up in open time, and I figured, well, if I bid for them, then I can actually have a better schedule. So, if you like a 4-hauler, how about the new IL-96? Yeah, Mickey G. I don't know if it's true either. Ooh, V-Pilot Designs. You have one coming? Almost done? Excellent, man. All right. Well, I look forward to it. We gotta head back down to you. I know you got there's a couple of them that you've got upgraded for 24. We need to take a look at, huh? I mean, that view right there is pretty good. Why are we Dutch rolling though? Something about Boeing talking to CFM about a new engine for a new airframe? Really, Bills? My fingers are crossed that it's a 757 Neo, but it's probably not. Could you imagine a 757 with all new tech? Why can't they just do that? Like a 757 with all composite, put big old engines on there. By the way, Swiss 340 had engine 3 high oil temp. Oh, nice, Flynnbod. All right, engine 3 high oil temp. 7.5 max, Josh. Yes, indeed. Bluebird win. I know, man. I'm missing. I need it. Bluebird win is gonna. I think it's gonna be a long. I don't know, man. I'm not losing hope, but it's just. It's a long way off. All right. We gotta look at some of the approaches here. I'm gonna go to plan mode. We're gonna have to build this. And I can see both here. Alright. Good song. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off for a little bit. It's kind of annoying. So for this approach, after Magog, I gotta bring up my IGS-13 picture that I downloaded. IGS-13 chart, rather. Let me get this out. Alright, IGS-13. Now, I thought I could build, like, I used to be able to select it, but I guess not. After Magog, we need to go to the Schwangau NDB, which is Charlie Hotel. Or excuse me, yeah, VOR NDB. 112.3, that's the one. Alright, so Shangshuao. And then it's 7 DME to waypoint Golf. Sierra Lima NDB. Arc bearing 360. So I think Golf is in the box. GOLF. Yes, so that's in the box. So we got Shangshuao, Golf, and then we have to make a right turn to Sierra Lima, but the Sierra Lima NDB is not in there. But it's approximately 360 bearing. I don't know how far it goes, though. So let's try to do this. Let's go PBD Golf 360 at 4 miles. PBD 01. Cool. All right. Start praying to the WASM gods. I know, man. All right, so that's the turn. And then from there, we're going to go to the checkerboard for the IGS-13, which LLZDME, Kilo Lima is, I don't think Kilo Lima is in here. Let's see. Is Kilo Lima in there? It is. Oh, chat, I am freaking nailed it. Alright, so that's roughly what it looks like. Thing is, the Kilo Lima inbound course is 088. So I need to flip that around. 088 is going to be 268. Now this is where we're really going to play with the frickin' WASM gods. Kilo Lima 268. Let's just draw it out to 10 miles. PBD 02. Might have to delete that because what I wanted to see. I'm going to delete that one. We're just going to eyeball it. Okay. For the IGS-13. Alright, so that'll set us up. For the approach. Brings us inbound. Now, I think we can tune the localizer. 111.9. Let's go RadNav, Kilo Lima, 111.9. It's hard tuned. Okay, 137. Beautiful. All right. Minimums, there is no minimums. We're just going to put a 6,000 foot alert height for NDB inbound. That's Sierra Lima. So let's put Sierra Lima at 6,000 feet here. Oh, so I don't have Sierra Lima, huh? So Golf is at 8,000 feet. So Golf at 8,000. PBD-01 at 6,000. I'm going to have to be coming out pretty quick there. All right. That'll give us a little bit of guidance. All right. That looks good. Zoom this out. Now, I don't know how Beyond ATC is going to handle this. We may have to just cancel Beyond ATC. Does anybody know if Beyond ATC will let you fly to Kitech? I've never tested it. That would have been a nice thing to test now, wouldn't it? All right. Let's heads down there. What'd I miss? I lost hope on the Bluebird Q1 of 2027. We're not 2027 yet, man. Or is that when you're going to lose hope? 7.5 Neo would be cool. But what is the mission profile for a 7.5 these days? Yeah, well, that's what they're trying to do with the 321 XLR. They're trying to put the 321 XLR on that 7.5. 727 Neo, now that would be awesome. Could you imagine a 727 Neo? We're never going to see a 3-engine jet again, I don't think. That is gone. You ever thought of doing or getting back into corporate flying? Been working AOG maintenance on private jets, and they look fun to fly, especially the newer Falcons. That's funny, man. My buddy's flies a new Falcon. He's like, hey, you want to come fly it? Also, Learjet, a Lear 60? I think he wanted me to come fly. He reached out to me. A guy I used to fly corporate with. He's like, yeah, we're getting a Learjet, and they're getting a Falcon 9X. No, 7X? Maybe a 7X. They have a 2000. They're getting a 7X and a Lear. But, nah, for me, with family, kids, airlines are more stable, man. I mean, you find the right corporate gig, it can be great, but, I mean, I know somebody that just lost their corporate gig after 15 years, and now they're, where they got? They're going to start over at zero. You know, so there is that, you know, corporate is great. But when the economy takes a poop, what's the first thing to go? That's the jet. So, I've enjoyed my time in the airline world. But it's interesting though, because I never that wasn't my goal. My goal was to be corporate, man. My goal was to stick with corporate flying. That was the plan from the get-go. But all right, we have 300, no, less than that. We have 257 miles to go. Shoot, we're getting there. Why do I still have the fuel page up? Get rid of you. All right. Where's the jump seats at in here? Jump seat 1. Only 2 jump seats? I guess that's fine. So I just figured it'd be more jump seats for a 340 rather. Take a seat on the jump seat. Am I leaving the line? No, I'm not leaving the line.
Cathay 357 Heavy, contact Guangzhou Control 118.905.
Contact Guangzhou Control 118.905, Cathay 357 Heavy. Have a good afternoon.
I'm glad my FO can respond for me.
Guangzhou Control, Cathay 357 Heavy, flight level 331.
Cathay 357
Delta
Heavy,
Tango, what's going on, buddy?
Radar contact.
Welcome in, man. You're just in time for Kitech. Kitech. All right. We don't need to do the hold. I'm going to go straight in. Take a look at the tracker here, see where we're at. Yeah, tracker has us going to... Oh, yeah, there is VHHX on the tracker cam. All right. What's happening? I've been away. Nothing yet. I'm still doing what I do airline world, man, but there might be some changes coming here soon. We shall see. Somebody was asking me if I would go back to flying corporate, but no, not me. All right. Add a pole here as we get ready for the approach. Let's see how many of you have the A340. I'm curious to see how many of y'all have 340s. Because XP ran a poll on his stream the other night. I had it up on the big screen while I was cooking. And I was surprised at how many people were going to not get the A340. I'm just kind of curious. Would you ever want to fly helis? Oh, dude, yes, man. I love helicopters. Love them. But there's really no... Sounds weird. There's not a lot of money in helicopter flying, man. And especially, you know, after a 20-year war, we got a lot of military guys coming out that have got way more experience than anybody else, and rightfully so. I mean, I'd rather have them fly an EMS. So that market is pretty saturated. It's hard to get a good gig, and it's very expensive to get into. But I love helicopters, man. That actually was my first dream, is I wanted to be a helicopter pilot in the Army and fly medevac. That was my first goal. The Fenix needs CRT options. It would be cool, but the problem is I've never seen... Did we ever come to that conclusion? I haven't seen EIS-2 with CRTs. I've seen... well, let me take that back. I've seen like a CRT... maybe. No, I'm pretty sure our CRTs were all EIS-1. When they got rid of the CRTs, we had all EIS-2 software. So this is like EIS-2 software with CRTs, but again, that might be a 340 thing. Would love the 340, but I don't trust iniBuilds, says El Tango. That's where a lot of people seem to be at. %59% say no. If you haven't voted yet, we got almost 500 people in here. Have a vote at the poll. I asked if you bought the if you have the 340, if you're waiting to buy it, whether you're waiting for more reviews or whatever. Looks like 1% bought it because of this stream. So somebody jumped the fence. Or jumped off the fence. And again, like I'm not here selling airplanes. I'm not what's his name? Falcon, what's up? Thanks for the $5 super chat, man. If you had to choose, which one would you pick? American, JetBlue, Delta, or Frontier? Well, for me, I'd choose American because I could drive to work, man. That's what I would pick. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Drive to work, baby. American. And you should pick whichever one you could drive to work. I would not go to JetBlue, even if I lived in a JetBlue city. I want nothing to do with JetBlue, man. I got buddies there. They don't like it. It's very stagnant. They've been there the same time that I've been at my operator, and they're still at like 60% seniority, and I'm, 30. The Super Mario livery 320 brought me back from Cancun. Had CRTs. That livery is in the Phoenix Manager. Oh, really? Very cool. It probably had EIS-1 software, too. I don't even have Microsoft 2020-24. I just live vicariously through various streamers such as yourself. Nice, VAB pilot. Oh, yeah, Vladimir. Waiting for non-marketplace. Very good. Phoenix will properly model EIS-1. Yes. So to properly do EIS-1, there's a lot more that goes into it. That's why they said they're not doing a CRT mod. So, and I believe it, because like, why would you? Phoenix isn't going to do anything half-assed. They're not going to put, a visual thing on the airplane and call it that thing. Like, I mean, they actually they model everything to the most intricate detail. Like, if you do a transcon in a CEO, and then you do a transcon in a Sharklet CEO with the same exact environmentals and weights, your fuel burn is going to be different with the Sharklet because it actually models performance, right? How many airplanes can you say do that? Now, I know we have the visuals where you can click add, you know, add the sharklet, remove the sharklet, but Fenix does it legit. Joe Costanzo's posted 2 very interesting videos. Yeah, I know Joe. Yep. Actually, it's funny, Del Tango. I listened to that video last night. But yeah. Joe Costanza. He was a 17-year captain, I believe, when he started over. I think he was 17 years. I've been enjoying the iniBuilds 340, but every other flight I seem to have a bug where I have to taxi at 50% and no steering. Ooh, really? Oh, it could be Sim Update 4, possibly, Steve-O. Listen, man, that's why I don't mess with any betas, dude. I don't mess with any betas. I've watched Joe's videos recently. Seems like a good guy. And Joe's cup flying. Yeah, dude, his cup flying is epic, man. His little girl can fly the freaking airplane. It's awesome. I heard Frontier is decent, actually. Most flights start and end in their base. Yeah, day trips. I like day trips. Yep. Day trips are great. That's all I've been doing, man. It's going to be tough to give it up. Keyline would fly the Metroliner. Tyson, dude, I would. So you know what? I would love a Metroliner.
357 heavy, Guangzhou control. Expect radar vectors, runway 31.
No. 13.
Can we get a different runway, please? Cathay 357 Heavy.
Cathay 357 heavy, roger, say, runway.
There's only runway 31. Request radar vectors, runway 13. It is 13, right? Yeah.
Cathay 357 heavy, 13 is not an active arrival runway. Enable runway change.
Okay, well, I'll tell you how I feel about that. We'll just go ahead and Alt F4 beyond ATC when we start down. Because we're doing the IGS 13 jet. Frontier's Wingnut's dream airline? I know it, dude. We need a Metroliner, man. I would love a Metroliner. Oh, Max, PMDG Jetstream? Dude, every other day, man, I think about, like, let me check at PMDG's YouTube videos. You know, one day, it's my dream, Robert Randazzo is going to be doing his update video there, and in the background, it's going to be a Jetstream. We'll have a Jetstream 41, baby. That thing was so much fun to fly. It was such a pain in the butt, but it was so fun. I don't know why they... maybe it wasn't a popular seller, like, because it didn't... Did it even make it to P3D? I think it died in FSX, right? I don't know if it ever made it to P3D. It might have. I didn't use it in P3D.
Cathay 357 heavy, contact.
Short ribs are cooking vodka? Nice.
Center on 125.8, Cathay 357 Heavy. Have a good afternoon.
Sam, same here, dude. I don't have a tail wheel.
Hong Kong radar, Cathay 357 Heavy, flight level 331.
I saw Devev is creating a Global 7.5 for Microsoft. Low-key excited. That'd be interesting. Yeah, the Global.
Cathay 357 Heavy, Hong Kong radar
glorified
identified.
CRJ. Yeah, we need a 19... Why is the Beech
Cathay
1900?
357 Heavy radar vectors, runway 31. Report ready for descent.
Why is the Beech 1900 so neglected? That's like one of the most popular airplanes ever. From freight to passenger service. Like, why don't we have a Beech 1900? No 1900 and no King Air. Proper King Airs, man. It drives me nuts. PMDG Global Flight Up Flight. I'm doing ribs tonight too, VTP. That's another reason why I gotta get out of here. Okay, yeah, we'll report ready for descent in a minute.
Radar vectors runway 31. Call when ready, Cathay 357
We've never had a good 1900. We've never had a good King Air minus the what was it? There was a Just Flight. King Air was pretty good in. We had the Just Flight one, right, in FSX, and then we had the King Air and X-Plane. Oh, the PMDG 1900C. I know. Airfoil Labs. That's what I was thinking of.
Cathay 357 Heavy, Kai Tak Airport landing runway 31.
Okay, well, we're going to land 13 because I
K-Tak
want
Airport, landing runway 31, Cathay 357 Heavy.
Cathay 357 Heavy, descend to flight level 270.
We can start down
Descend
early.
to
That's
flight
fine.
level 270, Cathay 357 Heavy.
All right, down to 270. Here we go. Sounds are coming up. Thrust idle descent. Here we go, chat. So I think it's worth it. That is a great question. I mean, Apollo, I think it's a lot for its price. I think it's a lot. Like, it's good. I don't have any gripes with the 340, man. Textures are great. Model's great. CRTs are nice. Yeah, I don't know how much of a true 340 simulation it is. I wish it was more about 30, 40, 50 max range. You know, my honest opinion. But they also spent a lot of time and effort on it, so shoot. $60, man. If you want a 340, it's definitely the best 340 option we have. The Fenix was $50. I know, that's crazy. The Fenix should be $150. I hope Fenix charges $100 for the Neo pack. Honestly. They should. They should. Considering most of the modeling work comes from the vanilla 330. Yeah, you could see that. You know, I think that's why the effects are only on engines 3 and 4, because that was on 1 and 2 on the 350, right? So, but I also understand that the 330 flies similar to the 340. So, you know, it should fly similar, right? I will say I'm glad I have it. I don't regret my purchase. I don't regret it. I want to see more liveries, more fictional liveries.
Cathay 357 Heavy, turn right heading 265, vectors for the approach.
Well, we're going to cancel her here pretty soon.
Turn right heading 265, Cathay 357
I would love
Heavy.
to see some old 707 liveries fictional on this. I think that would look cool.
Heavy, descend to flight level 230.
I think that would look cool. Down to
Descend
23.
to flight level 230, Cathay
230 blue.
Heavy.
All right, let's do some landing perf. Landing performance. Actually, we need to get the winds. Let me ask her what the winds are at K-Tech. Approach Cathay 357 Heavy. What are the winds at K-Tech?
Cathay 357 Heavy, winds at Kai-Tak International Airport are 135 degrees at 3 knots.
135 at 3. Temperature, I don't know, we'll say 25. We'll just say standard pressure. Stop margin 10,000, let's see, 1,023, 2297, factor 9769. Alright. Let's go auto brakes. Low. Medium. Auto brakes, medium. And I'm going to pull for open so we can get down here because we are needing to get down. So sounds are coming up. Down we go. I'll throw terrain on ND since we're going to be descending into some of the... There's some mountains down there under those clouds. We'll go a little bit further, then we'll just close beyond ATC. Because I am landing 1-3. I'm not going to land at 3-1. I don't care what she says. Someone needs to make a 732. Yes, we need a 732. We need a 2345 series.
Cathay 357 Heavy, contact Kai-Tak, approach 119.1.
Contact K-Tech, approach 119.1, Cathay 357 Heavy. K-Tech, Cathay 357 Heavy, flight level 280 with the numbers.
Cathay 357 Heavy, Kai-Tak approach. Expect the visual approach runway 31.
Okay, we'll expect 1-3, but thank you.
Expect the visual approach runway 31, Cathay 357 Heavy.
Cathay 357 Heavy, descend to 3,300 feet.
Descend to 3,300 feet. Cathay 357 Heavy.
Well, I'm going to send a 17,000 and then I'm going to turn it off because we're going to have to do our own approach. We're not going to go down to 3,000 way out here. So next phase for the approach, winds are 130. What'd she say? Close enough. 130 at 3 knots. And temperature down there, we'll call it 25. And an approach. What is the altimeter setting at Kitech?
Cathay 357 Heavy, Kitech, altimeter 1015.
All right, 10:15. I got a 900 alert height in there. We'll have our LS push button is on. Once we hit 17,000, we're going to disconnect from Beyond ATC. Your AI says K-TAC. Still want a 717? Me too. The old TFDI one got me hooked, plus flew on a few of them when I lived near a small airport. Yeah, the old TFDI 717 was great, man. That's why I was really disappointed with the MD-11. The 717 from TFDI and PA3D was great. It was a great add-on. And I was disappointed with the MD-11. But we'll see here come the new update. Maybe it'll be better. No, this is Beyond ATC. Beyond ATC, Ocean Man. Flying a really good 7.5 and 24 would feel like the Rapture. That and the 7.4, dude. Did iniBuild release his video yet, Vodka? I want to watch that video that he was cooking. Adam Chino, we need a good L1011. Well, here's the thing. iniBuilds is going to make an L1011. Team Vodka and I are going to work every hour of every day after release, making a absolutely perfect profile for CLS to sim for the Brunner yoke. Right, Vodka? So whatever it flies like, we're going to make it fly like a real L1011. So I'm excited for that. And for the 7.4. We'll do that. Well, the 7.4 is going to be great. I mean, I feel like we can, you know, we have good profiles for that. But no. The L1011. We might have to do some tweaking because it may have an A300 flight model. Is Beyond ATC good right now? I feel like every time I use it, I got something that was really wrong or off bad. It's been fine with me, Ocean Man. And here's the thing. Whenever I don't want to do something, I just don't do it. I just ignore them. But the vectoring, to be honest with you, we've had a couple of vectors. Yes, we had 2 approaches yesterday that we'd use vectors to final. They were great. I also had one the day prior. It worked great. So I'm running the latest update on the testing branch, and vectors have been much improved. Much improved. But I know what you mean, because there was a couple where, I mean, you got to be careful. It will try to fly you into a mountain. There's no doubt about it. It's not perfect, but it's getting better, and I think they're doing a good job. I already have. Oh, yeah. You're 7.4. But we can't. You think we can use the 747 profile for the L10? I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, Mick Oatmeal. I would love Black Square to make a King Air. They tend to make the pretty niche airplanes. But I'm looking forward to the Arrow. What has he got? An Arrow? A Turbo Arrow? Oh, no, Baron. The Baron is going to be sweet. I'm looking forward to what Nick's cooking over there at Black Square. You know he's cooking. PT6 Bonanza going to be a rocket ship? Yeah, 100%. All right, what is the meter down there? 1015. 1015 set once, twice, and thrice. They're all synced up. Let's go ahead and get the wing light on. We'll get the seatbelt sign on. Start getting everybody ready. I'm going to continue a vertical speed down to 8,000. Nope, manage descent down to 8. Where you going? Bring that power back. What's going on? 8,000. Why are we doing that? Thrust throttle open, descent. Let's do that instead. But where's the build video here? What? It's here? Can we watch it? Wait, it's out? Where? Can I watch it? It says 1:45 p.m. Showcase trailer. Premieres in 10 minutes. Make sure you go like the video, chat. "10 minutes. Premieres 10 minutes. What airport? Thrust set. Pudong. Shangshuang. Z-Sped. ZSPD. Pudong Airport. Alright, down we go. I feel like we're at idle and we're only doing 2,100 feet a minute? Really? I need some speed brakes. If those approach goes south in this bird, we got the green dot episode after all. There you go, Mix. Don't watch it on stream. I'm already stressed. Nabil's here. What? Come on. Come on, Nabil. We got 500 people here. Stream the premiere on the green dot video panel? Well, I don't want to take views away from Nabil. We gotta let him do it. Alright, now we're coming down. Now, is it going to hit the 10,000 decel? It should, right? Alright, there's 250. Let's go ahead and get our lights on. Landing light, that's on, that's on.
Cathay 357 Heavy, descend to 1,000 feet.
Alright, I'm going to end Cathay.
Descend to 1,000 feet, Cathay 357 Heavy.
Alright, I'm going to close beyond ATC because we're going to go 1-3. So beyond ATC is dead to me. We're trying to slow down here. Why are we not slowing down? More speed brake. I need to get everything set up here. We'll get the cams up. We'll get the flight recorder up. I'm tempted to enter a hole, but I don't want to get a WASM crash. I feel like my brightness is a little... not quite working really good. It's all the way up. .240 perf, activate, confirm the approach phase. VAP is 142. I don't know why we're getting NDB sounds in this thing here. I don't know why we're getting that. Alright, let's throw the slats out. See how the sound disappears? Kind of weird. Come back to 180 here. We're going to slow all the way down. Checkerboard, here we come, baby. All right. Keep you in heading mode. We got 6,000 as the next fix. So once we go to alt, I'm going to dial in 6 because it's going to be quick. Alright, 6,000 is blue. I'm going to slow up to 180 here. Alright, lights are on, everything is set. Into the sun. Nice. There we go, VFE, flaps 2. Oh man, I feel like I should run the sim time forward so we could see the lights. Should we see the lights? I want the lights to turn on in the city. It's so much better when the lights turn on. There we go. Lights on. Much better. Get that sun below the horizon. I believe it's 160 in the turn. Approaching Charlie Hotel. Max juice. I love that leading edge wing, man. Look at that. Nope, no frame gen. It's spinning. You can see it spinning there. That looks so good right there. Stripper loves me too. I know, AJ. Peter, I'm not getting the new wind wing throttle. No. I've got my Throttleteks. But I might get the wind wing 7.3 panel. Just had the A340 freeze up on me and crash on the ground after 4 hours in cruise. Well, that's not good. You think we can hit 340 likes on this? We're at 320. Let's hit 340 likes for today's stream. That'd be the goal. We can get 20 more likes in here before we land. This looks like something. I can't think of what it is. You know what it looks like, Vodka? It looks like envy, because you're still at Yellow Sim. I know. I was going to, Turk, and then I didn't because I bought this thing. Alright, in the turn, and then we're going to have to pretty much go into heading mode. Close enough. Let's go ahead and descend to 6,000 in the turn. There's something about the off-white color of the engines that I just love. They're like toothpaste green. Oh, look at that. There's the new Shanghai, right? Look at that leading edge, Turk. Come on, dude. Glaze. Turk. That's the best leading edge engines we've seen in the sim, dude. 100% glaze right there. Look at that wing flexing out there. I like this airplane just for this view. You intercept the Loke at 4,500 feet? All right. We'll keep coming down. I'll set 4,500. And we might be getting the Loke here soon. What's the inbound course? 137. No, that's not right. 088, what is it? 088 would be 268, right? All right, I'm going to select heading mode now. And flaps 3. And recording's coming on. Roughly about there, I think, right? Nope. Too much on the turn. I don't think... Yeah, see, she just didn't take the loke. Why didn't she take the loke? We gotta go over here, right? This side of the mountain. We're on the wrong side of these mountains. I'm pretty sure we're on the wrong side of these mountains. Let's keep coming down. Loke course is 088. So the picture that I have has us coming in more over here. So I'm just gonna fly. See, now it captured the loke. I guess it's right. No, I guess it is right. We're looking good. Recording is on, right? Recording is on. Verified. Alright, cool. Recording is on. And let's go approach. Glide slope star, cat 3 single. Alright.
2,500.
Radar altimeter is alive. So we're gonna go this way. And there's the checkerboard. I can see it. I can see the checkerboard right there. Alt R, what does that do? Definitely not doing that. Alright, we're gonna disengage the autopilot at like now, right? So autopilot's coming off. Flight directors are coming off. Give me the bird.
2,500.
Manage speed. Feel a little bit low. I lost my checkerboard. I saw it and then I lost it. I think it's right over there. We're going to go a little bit left. Alright, so now we're not going to follow the glide slope and loke. I hope it doesn't yell at us. Turn this off because we don't need it anymore. Gear down. Flaps full. Yeah, we're going visual. Checkerboard hill. I see it now. We're looking good. We're looking good. All in sight, baby. All in sight. Landing checklist. Captain Cruz advised. Still status signs blue. Brakes medium. Auto brakes on, gears down. Let's go, baby. A340. What is our weight? 421. We're just below our max. We're looking good. Alright, fly towards the checkerboard.
1,000.
Oh, I thought I saw the lights. Yep, I see the lights. A little bit left, of course. Lights in sight.
1,000.
Now we may get a jip whiz on this, but we'll ignore it.
100 above. Minimum.
I don't know what that was. A little bit of a wind shift there. Yeah, I see the lights. I'm a little bit left, of course, correcting. That's all right. That'll set us up for a better turn here.
500.
Keep coming down. Don't get high. Don't turn early. Don't turn late. Turn now. That was a little too early.
300.
Man, there's some turbulence coming over the buildings here. A bit of an overshoot. Not bad.
100. 90. 80. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel chat. Little squirrely coming around that turn there. Auto brakes off, 70 knots. A little bit squirrely coming around that turn there. I don't know what that was all about. Look at those flower petals, man. Love it. I don't think we can take this one. I think we have to take the next one. All right. Welcome to Kai Tech. Can't wait to see that replay. Let me save it right now. Stop recording. Save. 340 Kai Tac. Replay is saved. We are locked and loaded. Let's go to the gate, clean it up. All right, landing lights off. That's going to taxi. Wing lights, strobe lights coming off. Terrain on ND will kill you. The Boris video's out? Alright, I can't wait to watch it. I'm not going to watch it on stream. I don't want to take the views away from them, mate. Make sure we watch the Boris video. This airport is so legendary, dude. We need to come here when there's a storm. We need a storm to fly into here. Turn the weather radar off. Let's go ahead. PWS is off. Radar's off. I'm gonna need to be sitting down. Alright, I'll watch it as soon as I finish this replay. Look at our brakes are glowing. Our brakes glowing? Oh, I thought I saw red in there. Something red. Is that the reflection of the light? Yeah, it's just a reflection of the beacon light. Never mind. I know I missed a massive one. Well, was it over here, though? I thought it was a little further north. I want to recreate the video of that 747-200. They're coming in here. It's pouring rain. Such a sweet video. Is that actually a bridge you could take? Oh, wow. We're going to have to take that. We got our MD-11 stream going. Across the bridge. I mean, it's a pretty good 340. It's a pretty good 340, chat. We're not going to shut down. I'm just going to go into replay mode because I want to watch. I got to watch the other video, and I need to wrap things up here. I might be able to actually pick up my kids from school if I shut it down quick. So we'll be back tomorrow for one more stream. Not sure what we're flying yet. Maybe tomorrow we'll do our green dot. We'll do Dallas to San Jose. $60. $60. How does the plane feel when landing? It feels big. I mean, it feels sluggish, which to my understanding is correct. It feels like you really gotta kind of. You don't want to overwork it. It's easy to overwork because you start to oscillate because of the slight delay in the control input. So you got to be careful with that. But what I don't love is the rudder. See how quick the rudder? I'm going to work on my own rudder curves. Like, I don't know if you noticed when we were landing, it's still a little bit wiggly. So I'm going to make a specific rudder curve for this airplane too. But overall, well, it was a pretty good flight. No issues, no WASMs. It's just the sounds, you know. I think that's my biggest critique is we need to clean up the sounds. I feel like iniBuilds has always been consistently inconsistent with sound in the sound department. But now that it's a marketplace add-on, good luck at getting any third-party sound packs too, which is sad. So that could be a problem. We'll just take it to this first gate here, I guess. I don't know if that's a heavy gate or not, but we'll just go ahead and park it right on the nose there. I can't wait to see what some of the livery creators cook up with this thing in the future. What is that red light under there? Do you guys see that? I want to see some old 707 liveries or a Pan Am cheat line livery on this would look awesome. Brakes are set. Alright, like I said, we're not going to shut it down because I got to watch the replay. But, no, that's not the brakes that are red under here. I don't know what that was. Welcome to Hong Kong, though. Alright, let's see this replay. So I'm going to go back to full screen cam here. And actually, before we do that, let's close our flight. Ooh, really? This says we got a 277. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Alright, replay. Here we go. I'm going to run it forward. I'm going to save the end, the juiciest part for the end. I'm going to get the flaps to come out here. FS98, oh, that's my favorite part of this little scenery there. Hold it. Oh. Reverser animation. Oh, I gotta pop them. Those spoilers down somehow. No, I can't float this. Can't get the spoilers back down. Oh, they're coming down just slowly. Look at that wing and the turn. Oh my gosh, it looks like we're hitting buildings. A little bit of juice there. Save the flare. Yeah, I'm going to do one of the street level shots too. Don't worry. Oh, that was a butter. That was a butter. Do Fabiano cam from the street. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me turn it down. Let me go back. Let's do it from like right here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go Fabiano replay mode. Reset. Turn that off. Where do they do it? This rooftop? Let's do like right here. It's centered. I like that. All right, let me wind it back. Let's see with this. Let me brighten it up a tad. Hold on. Oh, that's too bright. Oh, that's gonna look sick. Hold on. This is the juice right here. Screenshot. Look at that right there. A little bit over bank. See, look, a little pilot induced oscillation. Got to be careful. Just hold it out. Don't oscillate. Let her come down. Let her come down. Butter machine, man. Nice little flare. Oh, I lost my wheel there in the replay. That's mid. Alright. I will take it. I'm going to leave you guys with a long replay to go. Right about here. I'll tell you what, let's make it more exciting for replay mode. Let's do rain. A rainy approach into Kai-Tech for replay. All right. Pilot-induced oscillation and fixed wing was kind of wild. It happens, man. All right. That was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll leave you with this replay all the way in. You can watch us land in the famous Kai-Tech. I think we did a pretty good job here. This will be cool breaking through the clouds with the lights and stuff. As far as the 340 sounds, it's really my biggest critique of sounds. Performance is great, model's great, texture's great. Seems pretty stable. So, knock on wood, we haven't had any issues. We'll be flying it more as soon as we get some more liveries, some fictional liveries. I think will make it look really cool. But we'll be back tomorrow for one last stream before I head out on vacation. Make sure you check out Boris's video of the sound pack with the 777. Until the next one, y'all stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. I'll see you.
1000.